2.5 horsepower engine. Don't be fooled. That's plenty of power for the increasingly popular quarter-scale cars. Rolling proof that less can be more. As the name implies, quarter-scale cars are 1/4 the size of the real thing. They hit speeds of more than 40 miles an hour, and all that action is radio remote control. Fans put it this way.
What you got right here, you got a little bit of Pro Stock, top fuel dragsters, funny cars, alcohol funny cars, the real imitations of the real cars.
And they're a real crowd pleaser. Fans young and old gather around whenever the cars are on display. You might say business is looking down, and enthusiasts are glad about it.
Anywhere we go, people just stop and ask you questions because they can't believe it. They've never seen them before.
Engine designer Gary Connolly agrees.
The crowds in front of the table are they're 10 abreast and 4 deep, you know, and pushing in to see. And we just started here just a moment ago, and you saw the crowds immediately want to know where that sound is coming from.
Connolly used to teach machine shop at a high school in Illinois. One day, he decided bigger isn't necessarily better, engine-wise, and he set out to prove it.
I wanted to build one of them for the remote control model boats, and somebody said it would never run, it'd never pull itself. And that was just about all the incentive I needed.
Now, his V8 engines are a full-time business.
The engine is actually the smallest V8 in the world, the smallest production V8. It develops about 2.5 horsepower at about 12,000, 13,000 RPM.
Connolly says the quarter-scale phenomenon is going strong. Where's it going from here? According to Connolly, just about anywhere.
There are numerous quarter-scale car companies out there right now, which started out about 5 years ago being one company. There are now about, I think, 10 companies or better that are producing full-size or full quarter-scale size cars on a full-time basis, anything from Indianapolis cars to top fuel cars.
Vic Edelbrock of Torrance, California, is one of the top manufacturers of speed equipment in the world. His work is a labor of love, and he knows his customer.
It's kind of the guy that maybe even has been a racer in the past and wants to get back in it again, or a person coming up that wants to get in it with the young son and the father behind him.
Experts say it'll cost about $1,200 to get into quarter-scale cars, and some mechanical know-how helps. Of course, you can't ride in a car that only weighs about 40 pounds, but there are some small-scale stand-ins available. And there are all kinds of options and accessories available, too.
You can buy Pro Stock, a funny car, a dragster. The engines vary from 35 to 80 cc. Pull starters, or funny car starters. There's parachutes, wheelie bars. Anything you get for a real car, you can get here.
And as technology improves, so does handling.
The remote controls are state-of-the-art. I mean, they're as good as, they'll do as much as your current VCR as far as programmability. They're literally programmable. And the remote control units just get better and better.
For some quarter-scale fans, better means faster. Some are now clocked at speeds of up to 70 miles an hour. Racing buffs can compete at meets held across the country, on the East and West Coast, too.
It's like a big car, you know. They all start out equal, but whoever makes it go around that track, the best is the one that usually wins.
Quarter-scale cars have been on the move for nearly a decade, and the experts say it's only the beginning.
I think this is something that's just starting, the model industry in this end of it, the quarter scale, and I think it's going to grow, and I think with our name behind it that it can go a long way.
And quarter-scale car buffs will be along for the ride. These unlimited